on the orbital launch mount, because for one final time, here comes that detonation suppression system, and here comes the deluge. Should be flowing up out of the plate. Here it comes. Here's ignition.
Oof.
And as we pass through 60 seconds into flight, we can hear the roar of 33 Raptor engines rolling across South Texas, arriving at our microphones. That is a beautiful final ascent from Pad 1 at Starbase, and we are pitching downrange, rolling as expected, headed to hot staging of Booster 15 and Ship 38, and we are now starting to see the vapor expanding off the exhaust of Super Heavy. As the vehicle gets higher, the atmosphere gets thinner, there's less pressure pushing in on that Mega Mark diamond, and that's why the exhaust starts to expand. I mean, just look at this beautiful shot from, I believe, the Rocket Ranch, approaching 1 minute and 40 seconds, a beautiful ascent, continuing to push towards hot staging. Just beautiful, beautiful final ascent.
Absolutely
we
perfect
should
this time.
see. Yep, we should see now the roll for hot staging. They roll sort of heads up position for the hot staging. Remember that when the booster flips, it sort of flips up, right? And it flips back for that hot staging. So any second now, we should see that maneuver. And
About 10
it is currently
seconds
underway.
away. Here we go.
Rolling
Rotation
for
of the
hot
vehicle.
staging.
10 seconds away. Just over 2 minutes and 20 seconds into flight, and we should see the flames flowing through the hot staging ring. Those will be the Raptors igniting on Ship 38. Standing by for hot staging. We should see that momentarily.
There we go.
Goes.
There it goes.
Shutdown of Super Heavy and ignition of Starship. Another clean separation. Up flips the booster. Here comes the boost back burn. Thank you, Booster 15. That's now coming back to the Gulf for this new experimental landing. 13 engines, 5 engines, and then 3.
One engine out on the booster right now, by the way, so actually 12. It seems like one of them did not relight for the boost back burn, but it's okay. It's one of those things with Super Heavy, right, where it's like it's got plenty of maneuvering, I guess, and margins.
And we can see there that appears to be one of the Raptors on the 13 ring of Raptors, so fingers crossed that doesn't impact the landing burn too much, because for the time being, at least, fingers crossed, those Center 3 Raptor engines continue running as expected.
Looks like boost back burn might be wrapping up.
Some great work here by the NSF team too.
Exactly,
yeah,
beautiful tracking shots. There we go, we can see the shutdown now of that boost back burn.
And the hot staging ring should separate. You have to look at it closely from the ground, but there is that clearance on the top of the booster.
And the booster and the hot staging ring will actually kind of fly in tandem for a little while here, but until it gets to the thicker parts of the atmosphere, the two very different aerodynamic styles of these two vehicles, they will become quite apparent, because the hot staging ring will continue kind of floating through the air for a little while. The booster, however, will come shooting straight back down through the atmosphere for its landing burn. A reminder, we're not coming back to the launch pad on this final flight from Pad 1. We are going to the Gulf. That is exactly what we are expecting. Booster 15 flying for the second time, done pretty much everything perfectly so far, and is now descending back down towards the Gulf for this new experimental
Hot
landing
staging
bay.
ring.
We can see a
there it
very
is.
clear separation now of the booster and the hot staging ring, but very shortly
Yeah.
expect the booster to start flying past the hot staging ring.
And the vents that you can see there from the booster, those are planned vents. They're dumping a little of that liquid oxygen remaining on the main tank. They're not going to be using a sort of remaining tank that they have just for the landing burn. So all of the liquid oxygen remaining on the main tank, they don't need that, right? So they're dumping that and getting rid of that. So that's the venting that you can see there. Also, a lot of venting from the booster's own vents, right? That it uses as sort of reaction thrusters to be able to maneuver. And so we're now about to see that entry of the booster. It's coming in hot. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, just
Great
about
tracking
20
today,
seconds
too.
to go. And we now wave bye-bye to the hot staging ring for the final time. It's going to be integrated
Wow.
hot staging rings from here on out. The booster getting toasty, very, very toasty indeed in the engine bay as it descends through the thicker parts of the atmosphere, literally using friction to slow itself down. Under 10 seconds to go until we should see 13 Raptor engines igniting. But remember, we had one out on the boost bank burn.
Let's see if it works.
We're getting close to the ground here. I can see the trees.
Trying to track
Looking
it
through the foliage.
Yeah.
down. Okay,
Looks
keeping
like-
the track.
Here we go.
Looks like the roof of the Margaritaville Hotel has a better view, but that is a successful boost landing burn ignition. And we seem to have down selected
All 13
now,
engines
slowing
lit
down.
up.
Wonderful news. We're going to see that hover over the Gulf and then a shutdown of those Raptor engines. There's the hover.
It's with
and here
3
comes
engines
shutdown.
there. Wow.
Whoa.
That's an incredible shot.
Here
Here comes an explosion.
Boom, as
Boom.
advertised. and there is your rad, because that was planned, everybody. That is not
Exactly.
an unexpected outcome. So successful.
Booster 15, thank you very much. A beautiful clean ascent, a beautiful expected explosion in the Gulf. Thank you so much for your service. The last Block 2 booster to fly. And fingers crossed things are still going well with Ship 38, just over 7 minutes into flight. SpaceX, it would be great to see the ship just being
Everybody
honest,
at
but,
SpaceX celebrating, of course.
Yeah, on board with Starship, we can see 6 Raptors still running on Ship 38. This
Still
is looking
ongoing.
good. Fingers crossed it's another repeat of what we got last time around.
Yeah, and I'm happy to report that all of the 13 engines lit up for the landing burn. Then it transitioned into those 5 engines, right? Successfully. Now we know
Whoa.
those 2 engines that it used from the middle ring of 10, and then it transitioned down to the 3 center engines successfully and did that hover. We saw that from our ground tracking, but telemetry and everything. It looked great. It was amazing. It's so weird seeing the booster hovering there above the ocean.
Right. Especially given how big it is, right? This is not.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a building that is just hovering in the air. Remarkable.
Yeah,
And
we
some
should
great,
be-
some great video. Obviously, up until right this
Well-
second, but some great video of. This is why like launching at this hour is just so great for photography, right? You've got that setting sun. Spectacular.
I wonder if we'll
Yeah.
have a successful tracking from Florida. I'm wondering. I'm keeping D in my thoughts right now.
It
Speaking
looks
of,
like we do, a little speck of light on the horizon from Florida.
There
Thank
it
you so much,
is.
D-Wise, rolling out. I think, is that a little bit of a jellyfish? We're getting a little
It
bit of
is
the
a little
venting
bit.
there
Look at
from the
that.
RCS.
Yeah.
Oh, this is absolutely spectacular from Key West
Wow.
in Florida, looking over the Caribbean on the horizon, Ship 38 burning.
ooh, that
I
looks
think
like RVAC shutdown.
we can see this beautiful formation of the gases. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely spectacular.
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
and that looks to me like ship engine cut off, and indeed confirmed. Woohoo!
It's like a nebula in the sky. Ship 38. Look at this. Just
Wow.
look at
Wow.
this. Absolutely a beautiful final send-off for this type. There's DYs doing the tracking, by the way. Huge shout out to them. This is just absolutely spectacular footage. A beautiful final send-off for the final V2.